We'll figure out the Kish situation in a moment. Let's get you first.
Cool. Well, it says that we are live. If someone could please text me just to confirm that, that would be helpful for us. We are trying something new tonight where we're going to have someone else from a different computer in a different part of the country tune in. So we have never done that before, so bear with us, guys. Again, if someone could just shoot me a text to let me know that we are live, that would be very helpful.
You gonna look at it angrily? Play some music or something.
Guys, we'll kick this thing off in just a couple minutes. Like I said, we're trying to figure out how two people can come into the same webinar from different areas so that we can have our guest speaker on tonight. Take the next 2 or 3 minutes, guys, to plug through your group. So let's really up the numbers on tonight's call. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit different than the usual. It's going to be packed with content, packed with value, guys. We're going to go through the playbook step by step. My perspective on quick start training and launching your business using our system. So again, give it a second and we'll kick this thing off in just a minute.
There.
I got plenty of text, so we're good on that.
Great. We should do that.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello, hello.
Luke, can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
That's
Cool. Hey, it worked. Let's go ahead and kick this thing off. Perfect. Well, like I said, guys, hopefully you've poked through your groups via text, via phone call, Skype, group me, however it is you connect with your teams. Very, very important and crucial to get your team members on tonight's call, especially the newest people that may have been added to the business in the last 7 days or so. This is the absolute most important call for them in terms of launching their business and learning and familiarizing themselves with our system. So I'm going to dive right in. We've got special guest Luke Kish, very good friend of mine and business partner on the call tonight, which you guys should be extremely excited for. I believe currently number 17 in the company, maybe even higher at this point. Just earning crazy, crazy money, guys. He's a huge inspiration to me and a lot of people. We have him on the call. He's going to kind of throw in his insight. I'm going to take this playbook and break it down step by step, and you'll hear his perspective on the different aspects of quick start training as well. So I'm going to dive right in, guys. Hopefully you have your playbook. If you're new and tuning in tonight and don't yet have a playbook, make sure to get in contact with myself, Anton, Kish, Andrew Yeager, someone in your upline, someone in the leadership that can send a playbook to you guys so you can get this thing filled out. Very, very important. Just FYI, our goal is once this first batch of playbooks has been distributed, we want to have these available online. We're thinking Amazon, and ideally, we want to set it up so that when you get someone started, and this is really exciting, when you get someone started, you can take that $10, $20, or even $100 you make when they enroll, that fast start bonus, and you can take that, you can buy them a playbook, $10, have it shipped to their door the same day, if not sooner, than their product arrives. So they'll have the training right from the very first day, guys. So excited for that. So hopefully you guys are following me, opening up to the first page of the playbook. These first couple pages, this first one at least is pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to fly through this. Basically your personal profile, guys. Inside you want to fill that out. Your name, your address, obviously basic stuff. And what's important on this page, page number 4, in the playbook, the first main page on the left side, is your upline information, your enrollers information, and then your different, upline ranks. In other words, upline diamond, platinum, executive, and presidential. So this is important, guys, because you want to be fully connected with all the leadership throughout your team, because we as leadership, we're very available to help the newest person, but only if they know that we're there. So this is important, guys. We need to encourage the new people to connect with their upline diamond, platinum, exec, and presidential to start to build that relationship. Okay, name, phone number, Twitter and Instagram. This is really important. We got excited when we were able to implement this into the system. And the reason is to connect with these leaders through social media, right? You're gonna be filling your feed with Vima related, network marketing, success related information and content. And what happens when you're constantly seeing this positive content, right? It's going to change the way that you start to think. Andrew Yeager once told me, and I really like this, when you change how you think, guys, you change how you feel. Okay, now when you change how you feel, you change what you do. When you change what you do, you change what you get, right? In Vima, that's results, and they're called cycles. So we'll get into that. But basically, that page, pretty important. Again, pretty self-explanatory. Luke, I doubt there's anything you have to add there. So we'll jump on to the next page, page number 5, where I'm sure there's a lot you'll want to add, Luke. So this is huge, guys. This is where it all starts, your why, right? And it's very, very important that you don't skip over this page and think, oh, it's not important, I've got it in my head. It's very important that you write it down, you take the time to think about what you want, your dream life to look like. That's the most important. Whether you make a dream board or have it on your computer. I've seen people that have put different pictures of all the things that they want to achieve in life on their computer background. Write it down in here. You're going to be using this and referencing this book quite a bit throughout your Vima journey. And for you to be able to see that and reread that day after day after day after day, you're going to start to mold that idea in your mind. Right? Thoughts become things. So, here Anton, I'm borrowing his book. I'm here at his house right now. He's got his dream life written out, very detailed, very in-depth, guys. So it's important that you start there, right? When the why is strong enough, the how does not matter. And that's where it all starts. And then, as you'll see, and again, if you don't have a playbook, guys, have pen and paper and be taking notes and later go back and fill these things out until you actually get your book. You'll see why me. Why are you someone that will succeed at Vima? So you have to think about this. A lot of people join the business, they join off of excitement and hype and emotion, and they don't ever even think logically, why does this make sense? And why am I someone that will achieve success in this? And if you can't answer that, I've asked people before that are struggling to see results. I'm like, do you even know why you believe that you're someone that will succeed at this? Why you? And they've struggled to answer that. And I'm like, listen, go back, think about that, because what you're going to be doing is raising the belief in yourself. And if that's genuine, if that's the truth that you write down, right? You believe in yourself. Everything stems off of belief. If you believe in yourself, people are going to see that, and that's someone that people want to follow. So why are you someone that's going to succeed at Vima? And last but not least, guys, why is Vima the perfect opportunity for you? Network marketing, we all know, is a phenomenal business model and opportunity for everyone, I should say. But why Vima? Why is Vima the perfect one for you? Is it because you're in the gym a lot and you're buying GNC protein powders on a monthly basis, and we've got Vima Body Build coming out, which is going to explode 2015. I'm so excited. We're anticipating a huge year as a result of this new body line. Just completely revamp the protein, the body burn, guys, the pre-workout shots that they're coming out with. Get excited for that. But why is Vima? Whether it's the company, the leadership, the comp plan, the product, right? Just the timing. Like, what aspect of this business or all of the different aspects, make this the perfect business for you? Because if you can't answer those two things in depth, you're probably not involved for the right reasons, in which case, you can't build a business. So I'm going to stop there on this page. Luke, is there anything you'd like to add just in terms of dreams and why?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Couldn't agree more, on the importance of that page. I know when me and you got started, obviously 19-year-olds in college, all we wanted to do was make a lot of money. Obviously now that's come true, but it started just with a thought. And the power of understanding what you want out of life and what's going to wake you up in the morning and why you're doing something is necessary, or it's impossible to achieve success unless you have all of those faculties really tuned in, right? So what entrepreneurship and building any business requires is an attitude that is literally unshakable, right? You're going to get no's in VEMA. You're going to get, upsets. You're going to pour into people. They're going to, quit. You're going to have great days where there's all-time highs. There's everything in between. And what's crucial is just, staying invested in where you're going and why you're doing what you're doing. And if you stay invested in those two things, it's very hard to go off of track, and it's going to keep you in the right state of mind. That's going to put you on the phones. That's going to, have you motivating your team, inspiring, teaching your team until those things that you're writing down, become a reality for you, as they, are for myself and Tyler as we speak.
Perfect. Awesome. So going off of that, guys, on to page 6 and 7 now. I'll fly through these two pages together because page 6, again, pretty self-explanatory, and then we'll have Luke back on to throw in his insight, guys. So number 6, the page after your dreams and your why, is the VEMA income disclosure. Okay, this is the page that you want to sit down and walk your new person through the different ranks. Okay, but what's most important and where your focus should be, and I'm going to circle it here on Anton's thing, hope he doesn't mind, is the gold level. Okay, guys, so you see affiliate, bronze, silver, gold. Beyond that, once they reach the gold level, congratulate them. That's a massive accomplishment, guys. And then start to focus on diamonds, start to focus on exec, and then eventually presidential, the 6-figure, mark. So, help your friends, family and friends that are new to the business understand the different ranks, okay, and become familiar with the rank advancement chart and the different incomes associated with each. It's important to note that here, affiliate, 40.18% reach that level, make $900. So right here you can say, listen, almost half the people that ever start this business make their money back. That's a great statistic. And if that scares them, if they're thinking, glass half empty, like what about the other, 59 point whatever 82%, if that math is right? But what about those? Then if their mindset is there, you've got a problem, and you got to either fix that or probably tell them to return their product, right? So if they're not thinking in the positive and the glass half full in all these ranks, it's like I would look at star presidential, 0.11% of people reach that. I'm going to be in that 0.11%, and you want to look for people with that mindset. And if they don't have it, or maybe they don't have it right away, that's where your mindset needs to be. And that belief will ooze off onto them, right? And they'll start thinking that, wow, gold, I'm going to be in that 5.84%. That's very achievable. Talk about our team. I mean, our team, my team is, got well over 100 people at the diamond level in brand new cars. Talk about that. Right, so that's very important, guys. Talking about the emphasis on customers, you see at the bottom, the customer versus affiliate profile. So going off of that, guys, the next page number 7 on the right hand side is your goals. This is huge.
Can I tune in right there real quick on the importance of gold?
Sure.
Yeah. So guys, at the level of gold, this business is very easy to build when you can show someone that you've achieved a level of success. So if you're tuning in right now, really zone in. Obviously, the large numbers they're there, but you need to go step by step, right? You don't make $100,000 before you make a few $1,000s a month. You make a few thousand, then a few more thousand until you're making 100,000 per month. But that gold level, you really zone in on that. That's a place where now you're able to build the business. You know what you're doing to some extent. You've duplicated yourself a little bit, and most importantly, you can say to your friends, hey, look, this is the amount of money I made building my own business on my own time with my own friends. And once you can show people that, it's pretty much all downhill because you have that proof of result. You can show someone it's working personally.
Cool. So The next page, guys, page 7, goals. You know, kind of, you know, plays hand in hand with that page we just went over. You know, here it lays out how to achieve the level of bronze. This diagram, you can help people understand, like physically drawn out, like how the compensation plan looks and pays out. You know, between having a left team and a right team, and creating cycles based on volume, which is based on, you know, cases of product sold. So, you know, show them this is the first level of bronze. You can, you know, reference back to this income disclosure sheet to show them that there, you know, $1,597 a year to do 1 cycle a month. You know, and again, helping them understand how achievable that is, but laying it out, you know, and showing how the different QB volumes create cycles, and how leftover volume will roll into the next month, and those different types of things, guys. You know, down here, first month order, it kind of lays it out with the different packages, the different QV, you know, so you can kind of, you know, piece everything together here on the diagram. Future monthly orders, customer loyalty program. Put a lot of emphasis on this, guys. Walk them through this, right? Talking to them about how they can achieve their free product. So Tom Alcazan told me, #1 income earner in the company, that if you're brand new, your focus should be achieving free product, getting your affiliate pack, reaching the level of bronze, and if you have the affiliate pack, frenzy bonusing in one of your first 4 weeks. So getting that free product so that following month, you aren't required to spend that money. You get your cases free. You can then tell your friends that you're running a free global business. That can't be done anywhere else. You know, so definitely putting a lot of emphasis on the free product, guys. That's important. You know, walk them through that. And at the bottom, again, you see goals. You know, Anton here has got all this scribbled out because he's obviously, you know, he's presidential earner in the company, so it's all changed here. So this is throwing me off. But it's bronze, silver, gold, and diamond, guys. Again, only focusing on those levels to start, right? You don't have to see the top of the staircase to get to the top. You just have to take the first step. Focus on the first step in the business and go from there. Focus on progress, okay? Here it has, you know, deadlines, dates. Set your goals and set a deadline. However, don't stress over that deadline. Don't obsess over that to the point where it stresses you out and discourages you if you don't hit that. If you don't hit your goal by your deadline, simply readjust, right? Learn from what you could have done differently, what you could have done better, maybe that last month, where you could have worked harder, how you could have worked smarter, and readjust your goal, right? It's that simple. But, you know, what I personally like to do is I like to set a goal, and I just like to focus on that, a goal that's far enough off that it'll excite me, but not too far off to where it scares me, you know, to the point where I become discouraged and don't genuinely believe that I can achieve that. It's very, very important that when you think about your goal, when you think about the goal you want to hit, that first feeling that comes to you, if you're scared or uncertain, readjust your goal. If you think of your goal in your head and there's this just excitement, this burning, you know, desire to grow and to get there inside you, you know that you're on track. So make your goals more not deadline, you know, oriented or whatever, but base your goals off of actions. You know, if you want to hit gold, know exactly what actions you have to take in order to achieve that, and go and pursue that. And by doing X, Y, Z, you know as a result you'll hit gold. So that was my main focus for that page. Luke, anything you want to add?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, just off of the importance of goals just in general, you know, entrepreneurship, guys, or running your own business, building a business, it's something that is awesome. But it's not something that most people are used to. You know, most people are used to having someone tell them, hey, you got to show up at this time, you leave at this time, this is what you can do, you know, this is where you'll be by then. And in entrepreneurship, you need to put all those deadlines on yourself. You know, look at it like a airplane or a ship. You know, if you got on a flight, and when you got on the flight, the pilot said, we don't know where we're going, which is like metaphorically not having a goal, what are the chances that that flight takes you to where you want to end up? Slim to none. You're not going to end up where you want to end up, right? On the contrary, if you know exactly where you're going, how you're going to get there on the way, guess what? You're going to get there every single time. Very simple. So set a goal and make it clear in your mind, and then work towards that goal. It's going to keep you on track. It's going to keep you on pace. And it's going to keep you moving in the direction which you want, which is forward.
Cool. So the next page, guys, is the list, page 8 and 9. Again, if you have a notebook, use these 2 different pages for your 2 different lists. Guys, on the left side, you're going to see customers. Again, leading with the customers. On the right side, you're going to see affiliates. So there's a couple key things I want to point out here, guys. Customers, fill this thing out. Get creative, man. Think outside the box. You know, start with your parents, start with your friends' parents, start with your dentist, your doctor, your lawyer. You know, start with people that are in that inner social circle, and beyond there, go for referrals. You know, if you talk with someone and maybe they try the products and it's just not for them, ask them, hey, listen, you know, do you happen to know anyone that's health, you know, that's health conscious and you think would be interested in any of these products, or someone that consumes coffee or tea or any of these products on a regular basis that I could reach out to? You know, and chances are, if people aren't going to, you know, buy to support you, they'll at least give you a few referrals to support you, so you can continue to build out that customer list. And if you can you know, leverage one relationship to then contact someone else and build a relationship there, you know, they're basically still in your warm market, which is cool. And next to their name, guys, it's very important to note what their favorite product or their need for the product might be. And you're going to use this to kind of justify why you've called them and reached out to them, and we'll get back to that. So their desire or their need for the product, or what their favorite product might be. And then on the right-hand side, guys, page 9, your affiliate list. Okay, you want to include their names, and you know, there's only probably like 20 lines here. At the bottom, you'll see treat your list as if you'd receive compensation for every name added. Meaning, you know, imagine you got paid $100 per name on your list. Literally. Attack your list that way. So aim for at least 250 to 500 people, guys. I was once told that the average Facebook user is about 500 friends, so I don't see why, you know, you wouldn't put all 500 friends on your list, because chances are, if your friends on Facebook, you know them in, you know, some shape or form, you know, and have met them along, you know, the way in your life at some point, and you could reach out and spark the conversation there. So again, next to the name, desire or their need for the opportunity, and this is huge. Right? So you got to think about, are they business minded? Did they express to you that they don't like their job, or that they're in need of a job, they don't have one, or their car just broke down? You know, maybe they're a marketing major. That's more than enough of a reason to share this with them. Network marketing. Maybe they have a huge network. Maybe they're like really sociable and really personable and know a lot of people, and they were like the popular kid in high school. That's the perfect person to hit up, because they know a lot of people. They have a lot of influence. They have characteristics, you know, of someone that would excel at this business, you know, from an early stage, right? So think about why there's someone you want to hit up and include that, because that's going to be huge when it comes time for inviting. You're going to justify why you've reached out to them, so they don't feel like you've just hit up everyone and it's just completely random. It's like, listen, sorry, you know, sorry to be random. The reason for my call is blank. You know, I remember last time we saw each other, you know, we were at that party a few weeks back. I remember you mentioned to me that you just were not happy with your job, you know. And listen, I know this is random. Something came to, you know, your name came to mind. I recently got involved with something that's going to be huge, and that I think could really help you out. I know that you mentioned that to me. Listen, I want to sit down and tell you more. And we'll go over the approach, and we'll go through that in a second here, guys. But that's my point, is you got to include why it is you're putting them on your list, right? Because then if it's random, it's not genuine. It's that, you know, that people feel like they're being sold something if they feel like you've just, you know, hit up everyone in your list of friends, and that's not the route you want to take, guys. So there was one other thing, but I can't think of it. Luke, anything else?
Yeah. The bigger your list is, guys, the more money you'll make. So it's not only pretend that each name on your list is going to make you $100. The more names that you have to talk to, the more networks you have to pull through, the more people you simply have to share Vimo with, the more money you will make. That's all there is to it. The bigger your list is, the bigger your business is. Guys, this step, someone who's good in Vima, they make a really, really big list. Someone who's great in Vima, they do that, and then they go through their whole group. So say I had 100 friends on Facebook, I talked about Vima. Out of 100, say I got 70 involved because I'm good at Vima. Out of 70 people, now I want to take them and I want to help all 70 of them make their own list of 100, and I'm going to start sharing the Vima plan through their networks, right? And that's how you get good, A, at sharing the information, and B, that's how you find good people. Massively, massively, massively sorting. So the larger your list is, guys, the more money you're going to make, period, end of story. I don't know, one person, you know, that with a small list or without digging through their network's list has built a big income in networking. It does not exist. So master this very simple step and start exposing Vima to a lot of people through not only your list but your network's list, and you're going to start creating some momentum, and you're going to find good people as you work through the numbers. Guaranteed.
Awesome, cool. And one last thing to add, guys: never prejudge anyone. You know, it's not even about who they are, but it's about who they could know. You know, there's a lot of people that got started with the business that later, you know, decided it just wasn't for them, but they may have led to you know, just someone that absolutely blew everything up. So it's really important to include everyone you can. You know, don't be shy, don't be afraid. Be confident in what you're doing. Believe in what you're doing, right? You have to. You absolutely have to. That's so big. And yeah, you know, at that point, just get creative. Add as many names as you can. You don't want to, you know, to hold this opportunity back from anyone. Imagine if you didn't include someone because you were scared of what they might think, and that was someone who, had you shared this with them, it could have completely changed your life. Right? Don't take that away from people. So moving on, the approach, there's a lot on this page. If you don't have a playbook, I encourage you to link up with someone and actually read everything word for word. I'm not going to do that. That'll take forever. So the approach, guys, as you see, it's a customer approach. You know, huge, really important. It's like a script. It's super simple, super easy, just step by step. You know, follow this. Use this as a guideline, but be yourself. That's the most important thing. If your, you know, aunt thinks you're sitting here reading a script, she's not going to be impressed. And people want to support you if they see that you've gone that extra mile to really prepare yourself. Really, you know, just treat this thing, you know, like you care. And so study this. Practice it with your upline, you know, the person that enrolled you. Become familiar with this and always be sharing the products, guys. 3-step guideline: taste, share, follow up, right? Offer free samples. That's what, you know, your second monthly case is for. You buy one case, whatever product you love most. For me, it's going to be the Body Build, right? I've heard it tastes phenomenal. I haven't tasted it yet, but I'm going to get one case of that. And then, you know, monthly, I'm going to switch it up, get one case of just different products that I think, you know, people that I'm meeting on a daily basis would like most. So always be sharing, guys. Always be offering samples, sharing product info, sharing, you know, the customer brochure, and then following up, asking for the order, which you see here. Really important at the bottom of this page in terms of like customer acquisition and keeping customers, right? We did that huge customer blitz. It was massively successful, but, you know, we didn't put enough emphasis on customer acquisition and keeping them, you know, which we learned from, and that's why we included this, and that's why we adjusted, and we're moving forward with it, you know, a better method. So essentially, you know, just giving them a good experience. You know, people buy products not just for the product, but for the experience that comes along with that, guys. If you act as their Vima consultant and you're willing to help every step of the way and help gauge their results and mention to them you can help them get their product free and all these different things, they're going to enjoy that support and that experience, and chances are, you know, that could be a huge factor in them wanting to rebuy. So that's that, guys, the approach with the business. The mentality behind it is what we felt was most important. There's no cookie cutter way to approach a friend. You know your friends better than anyone. Again, you're going to know why you're hitting them up because you included that on your list, right? So the biggest thing, guys, check your intentions, right? If you're approaching people with the intention to make money, they're going to sense that because you're going to be on edge, you're going to be eager, you're going to be anxious, right? Antsy because you don't have the right intentions. If you genuinely are approaching them, not because you want to make $100, but because you want to help them build a business and change their lifestyle, you know, help them achieve time and financial freedom, they're going to feel that, and they're going to open up to you, and they're going to be more willing to follow you if they see the intention is pure. So be excited, guys. Be vague and be exclusive. What this means: be excited, be loud. You know, people don't hear what you say; they hear how you say it. They feel how you say it. You can, you know, show that through the tone of your voice. Be vague, meaning, you know, be in a rush. reach out to people, but be urgent with it. It's like, listen, this isn't the time or place to talk about it. I wanted to mention it to you because I just had to. It's that exciting. You just have to trust me. Let's sit down. Let's grab lunch, or are you free tonight? Let's get on the phone. Let's get on a Skype and let's talk about it. Take 15, 20 minutes. You'll be blown away. I'm not going to try to explain it to you now. I don't want to say the wrong thing or confuse you, right? So you just got to trust me. And if they're like, what is it? If they're being, really stubborn about it, take it away. You know what? Listen, man, forget it. I've got a few other, people in mind. I figured I'd mention it to you, but you're being obnoxious and not willing to sit down at a later time, a more, professional setting. All good. May not be for you. And that will make them even more curious. And they'll come chasing after you guys. So be in a rush, be urgent, be vague. You don't want to start telling them things and dig yourself into this deep hole of just them asking questions that you may not be able to answer when you're new. So show them you're busy, and be exclusive. If they commit to it, this is the biggest thing, guys. This is the biggest thing about the invite that people always forget. Be exclusive. I've seen people that set up events or one-on-ones even. They go to the restaurant or they go sit down for coffee and the person doesn't show. I'm like, were you exclusive about it? Did you tell them, hey, listen, if something comes up, you got to just let me know, just so that I can, take that time to sit down with someone else. I've got, a few other people I plan on sitting down with instead, right? Please let me know. I don't want to waste your time, and I can't afford to waste mine. Again, being urgent, being busy, being important, really. So be exclusive about it, guys. Emphasize why you approach them and why they'd be a good fit for the opportunity, complimenting them and their strengths. And yeah, another huge thing, people overcomplicate the invite. I swear, it's so easy. If you're reconnecting with old friends, like on Facebook or whatever, however the invite might be, guys, doing something as simple as this works. And I literally had my friend try it, 2 days ago or over the weekend. I don't even know what day it is, when we were hanging out. He was connecting with a buddy from back in high school or something over Facebook. Just, hey, how have you been? What have you been up to? This and that. You ask them, they're going to ask you. And there's your perfect opportunity to say, it's funny you asked. School's been great. Work's okay. Believe it or not, I started my own business. What kind of business? Oh, it's funny you ask. And boom, it's so easy. And at that point, they're asking the questions, puts you in control, and you can kind of steer the conversation in whichever way you like. Which I thought people just overcomplicate it. It's really simple. Be you, be excited, and if you're excited, genuinely excited and loud about something, but you're not attacking people about it, they're gonna be curious. You want to create curiosity, guys. That's big. So yeah, giving people a reason to show up for them, not you, and that all comes back to why are you approaching them, right? They're a business major, and they've expressed to you that they want to own a business one day. Then telling them that you found a way where together you can start your own business is a reason for them to show up for them, right? So hopefully that makes sense, guys. I'll throw it over to you, Luke, if there's anything you want to add on the approach. Maybe the belief and the mentality behind it, I think, is important.
Exactly what I was going to go off of. All of that being said, very, very crucial. And at the end of the day, people are going to buy into you. If you're confident in what you're doing and where you're going, people are going to sense that. And if that's sensed, guess what? They're like, damn, this guy Tyler, this guy Luke, they're going to get into this thing. They're going to make a lot of money. I don't want to miss the boat. Either, it'll instill a little bit of fear because they see that regardless of whether or not they're joining, you're going. But then B, more importantly, what you should be focusing on is, wow, Tyler can help me make money. I'm over here. I'm 19 years old. This kid can help me make money. Right? So you got to ask yourself, when you're talking to a new person, is that message being traveled through, right? Is the person you're talking to, are they in understanding that you can help them make money? And then a step further, can you help them make money, right? You need to be able to help them make money. You need to be well-versed in what you're doing in order to be confident in what you're doing. Right, guys, that comes in repetition, that comes from practice, that comes from going over and over and over again. So, the natural confidence, let it go. Let it rip. Like, be naturally confident in what it is, what you're doing. Guys, I've made tons of money in Vima. Tyler's made tons of money in Vima. And what you're sharing, whether you've done it yet or not, is something that can help people make tons and tons of money, completely shift their life financially, or that's what network marketing is, right? So know that and be confident in the message that you're spreading and the Vima business plan, and that'll be sent and very, very powerful once it is.
Awesome, perfect, cool. So last 2 pages, guys, of main content. Bear with us. We know this is a little bit longer, but hopefully, again, packed with content, packed with value between Luke and I. So page number 12, guys, second to last page is the home event. This is huge. We had events every single day when we started at either Luke's house or mine. It was like clockwork. I think it was like 6 and 8, like even every day, 2 events. We'd go back and forth. We lived a half hour from each other. We take the whole team, the whole squad from one place to the next. Summertime, we had that time, available to us. Fortunate enough for us, but you can make time if this is important enough to you guys. So having the home event, it just kind of walks you through having a proper home event, guys. If you're new, we encourage you to set up your first 2 or 3 events in your first week. They don't have to be huge events, guys. To have 2, 3, 4 of your closest friends over, in a room, and have Luke, myself, or one of your upline, some leadership come on Skype or come there in person in the Vima car or whatever it is. That's a successful event. Just exposures, right? In fact, I think to keep the first few small is important, so that it's not, just you don't have 20 people that are stoked and interested, and it becomes unmanageable to try to connect with them all and get them all started. I think bring 2 or 3, get them locked in, get them started, guys, and then you turn into a team of 3 or 4, and then have an event, 4 new people, your team turns to 8, and have it build that way. I think without realizing that's kind of what happened to us in the beginning. So this walks you through step by step. I'm not going to read each bullet point, but the big thing that I want to stress here is the importance of leverage. Right, guys? For the newest person, you're not in this thing alone. I hope that anyone on this call, I don't know how many people on this call, feel that they can hit me up at all times to help in closing events, or to help in talking with new people, or sharing the products with new people. Right? You don't have the credibility when you're new, just because you're new, to go into excite someone about the business if you haven't made much money, and that's okay. We all were there. How did we break through that and get beyond that? We leveraged someone that had the results. So you see here the credibility triangle, guys. You are you. The expert or your upline has the credibility. The expert then has influence over your friend who trusts you. It makes perfect sense, right? So that's the importance of leverage, guys. And I hope, like I said, anyone on the call feels that they can reach out to me. Feel free to message me on Facebook. I'm always here to help, always available to help. But yeah, check out the steps for having a successful event, guys. Leveraging the videos, leveraging this. This has been a huge tool since this is launched. The flipbook, especially in the PDF version, where you can go through and click the videos and watch the videos. I mean, this literally makes it so simple for someone to present when they're brand new. I remember standing in front of my 5 or 6 friends. Luke will tell you, he was at my house in my basement day 1, screaming everything he screamed at me, and half of it probably didn't even make sense. Had I had this on a TV, I mean, it would have been game over. I think 4 of the 6 enrolled, it would have been 6 out of 6, no questions asked. So use the tools, guys. Have consistent events. Our team at Rutgers, shout out to those guys. They're having events every single day. Even if no one new shows, they got the computer hookup on the TV and they're doing training. They're really, really starting to develop themselves and catch a lot of momentum just with the consistency. It's so, so important. And going off of that, this last page is real quick, and then Luke, add whatever you want to wrap things up. It's just our success system. Again, just point by point, guys. This works. We have these webinars to provide value and to help the new people. It's up to us as a team to promote them heavily and to leverage them and emphasize them to our groups. If new people are getting started, but they're not getting on the quick start calls on Saturdays, what's the point of having the system, right? This should be so simple. Someone new gets involved, plug them into this and say, listen, I encourage you to do this. You can, if they're avoiding this and struggling, feel, felt, found. Dude, I know how you feel. I felt the same way. I found that when I got on these calls and actually took notes and most importantly, implemented this information into my business and my life, that I started to see results. So the webinar channel, the SoundCloud account, YouTube, Facebook, all of these are posted on YouTube. So please, guys, take this recorded video, send it to your groups if you felt it was valuable. The new rank advancement calls, first Friday of every new RA period, rank advancement period, quick start, and the six-figure mentorship calls over the weekends. You guys can see that here. Anyone that doesn't have a playbook, again, connect with someone that does to get the exact times and info. Not going to waste time going through all that. And the personal development, guys, okay? Personal development raises belief. There's two things, in my opinion, that raise belief. It's association. I wouldn't have believed in this as much as I did in the beginning if I wasn't around Luke. Luke wouldn't have believed in it as much in the beginning if he hadn't gone to the Phoenix Suns arena with Luke Wilborn and Brad Alcazar. And the Drake concert with Brad and Derek Alexander and all those guys in the very beginning. And saw how much money was possible. Meeting Alex Moore, he wouldn't have had that belief. That belief, rubbed off on me because I associated with him. So association, who you surround yourself with, is powerful. Powerful. And then personal development. So we have listed here, guys, only 6 things. It's actually, 2 books, 4 audios. I thought it was 7. Maybe we're missing something. Is it 7?
6.
6? 6. So 2 books, 4 audios, guys. And those are the 2 books and the audios that we collectively felt were most beneficial to someone that's new in their beginning 30 days. Okay, first 7 days, the audio that comes in the affiliate pack, again, why it's important to get that, Building Your Network Marketing by Jim Rohn, is a book. Completely changed the game for me personally in the beginning. Art of Recruiting, and this, by the way, guys, is the order that we recommend you listen, which is also important to note. Art of Recruiting, Art Williams, huge. Compound Effect, Darren Hardy. You guys all know Darren Hardy and his how he's helped Vima at the different conventions and stuff. Business of the 21st by Robert Kiyosaki. That book, again, game changer for me. Building Your Network Marketing is actually the audio by Jim Rohn. I get them confused. Also huge. You can find that on YouTube, guys. And then Think and Grow Rich, the number one, just self-help book of all time by Napoleon Hill. So important to note that, guys. Last thing I want to add. Oh, also, thank you, Anton. The Rise of the Entrepreneur, guys. It's a documentary on our industry. Just came out. Why it's not in here in the playbook. I would make note of that. I would jot that in there. Rise of the Entrepreneur. You can find it on YouTube, I believe. If not, buy it. And it'll blow your mind. It'll completely blow you away. There's nothing more I can say there. So, guys, belief allows you to tap into potential, inner potential that you have, that every human being on this planet has, but sometimes doesn't know. When you have potential, you tend to take action. When you take action, you get a result. If you frenzied in your first week, what do you think it's going to do to your belief? I'll tell you, when I did my first week, my belief went through the roof. And then I tapped into more potential. Then I took more action, which led to 13 cycles in my first month. And it kept going. And it just didn't stop, guys. It's a cycle of success. So that's why, developing and just engaging in the self-education and the books and audios in your first 30 days, it's crucial. If you want to make a lot of money, don't do that. You're kidding yourself. So, Luke, anything you want to add, and we can wrap this thing up. Last thing is just a checklist. Pretty self-explanatory. If you're not seeing the results you're looking for and not everything's checked, I'm going to pick on Anton. Not everything's checked here. Oh, okay, that's acceptable. He missed a frenzy in his first 30 days, which is okay because he made $100,000. So, check everything here, guys. And then lastly, commit to yourself, man. If you're not willing to give this business a year, again, don't bother. If you're going to open a McDonald's or open anything and not plan to be there a year later, whether you're profiting or not, most businesses don't even plan to profit for their first few years, right? Commit to giving it at least a year, money aside, right? Because it'll develop you as a person. It'll completely change your life. I promise you guys that. So commit to this thing. Give it an honest effort and be consistent for 1 year, guys, and you'll be, just absolutely just astonished with how your life will change. So sorry I talked for quite a while there. Luke, any last thoughts, man? Take it away.
No, everything right there is spot on. Committing to this thing, guys. In life, success is for sure a minority. The people in life that are winning, that are making things happen, there's a lot less of those than there are people who are, we'll say losing. Not to be mean, but just, to put it into So what you need to do to win is things differently, right? You can't be hanging around the same people that are doing the same things, thinking about the same stuff if you ever want to mentally grow, right? And on your journey in VMA, there's going to be thousands of people that say this isn't going to work, right? On your journey to success in any calling, whether it's VMA, you want to be, some sort of actor, you want to own a business, you want to do real estate, there's going to be thousands of people, because there's just many more people that don't win than do win, that are going to tell you, no, it's not going to work. But here's my advice to you. Listen to the one winner who does, right? When I started hanging around successful people and digging into success books and reading about how people win in life, I started to know that that was tangible for me, right? From that point on, it wasn't up in the air whether or not I could win. Right? If someone else who's a human being who is just like you, yeah, maybe, through the TV and through media, they're brilliantly glorified. Maybe you think, I'm not a real human being. I have 2 eyes, 2 ears. Tyler Smal, he's made multiple 6 figures. He's not a real human being. The people who win in life are no different than you. The only difference is what those people are thinking about, who those people are surrounding themselves with, and what those people are doing. Right? But if you know that the people that are winning are no different than you, from that point, it's like, all right, what can we go do to win? What can I go read that's going to give me an edge? How many calls can I get on today that's going to make me better than the next guy? Right? And if this is what you're doing right now and you're in life, my advice to you is do it with what you got. Right? Like, why did me and Tyler and Andrew and Anton win? Because we poured ourselves into this thing to an extent that most people don't. We got into more books, we got around more people, we did more calls, we had more meetings, and it all came full circle. Now we see the fruits of our labor, and it's just continuing. So, you take anything from me, take that. The people that are winning in life all around you, just open your eyes to it. The restaurants you eat at, somebody owns. The house you live in, someone built. A contractor. The shoes you're wearing, someone owns that company. The music you listen to, someone's winning, right? And if you just tune into that frequency, you tune into, those thoughts rather than the other side of things, guys, your life will shift, and it'll go towards complete abundance until you hit the point where you really understand and believe that nothing is impossible. So, sounds wild. It is wild, I guess, for a lot of people. For a lot of us, though, it's completely normal. So I'll see you guys at the top. Thank you for tuning in. Tyler, I don't know if you have any finishing thoughts, but let's get some money.
My finishing thoughts, guys, at the very end is just your calendar. It's funny, a lot of kids are using this instead of their school agenda, which I think is smart. You carry this around in school. People ask you, what is that? And again, easiest way to invite ever. So definitely use the calendar, guys. I mean, Anton's all filled out. He's got monthly goals set. He's got, his team here. You want me to show you off a little bit? Anton Neugebauer, presidential leader. Oh. You're never too big, guys, to do the small things, or you become too small for the big things. Make note of that. Got the new RA call. It's got everything in here, guys. So whoa, this just so many notes, guys. So my ending thoughts. We had a huge 2014, guys. We're anticipating an even bigger 2015. Let's end this quarter super strong. Your focus should be, all my friends are coming back home from school. I'm going to have a few weeks with them, right? Don't go home, party. Actually, obviously have a good time, reconnect with people. Use that as an opportunity to grow your business. Get a few new people started that go to different schools come spring semester, and absolutely launch yourself into the new year, guys. Body Build's coming out. Probably going to be our biggest product ever. There's not another, ready-to-drink shake in our industry. It's the most unique product out there. I've heard it tastes incredible. There's not one person on the planet that doesn't benefit from protein. So your focus should be, new products, new incentives, guys. Focus on building gold, right? Create that bronze factory. Always be bringing people in and bringing people up, as we like to say. So that's it. Hopefully, I know this was valuable, for a lot of you guys. Give us your feedback. We'd love to hear it. We know it was a little bit long, but pass along to your teams, guys. It'll be recorded and posted on YouTube. And until next time, see you guys.